The tie on the Oprah show before, I'll tell you. Having a lot of fun with New York real estate. It's been an amazing time. Let's go get the world. Come on.
Donald Trump served as the 45th president of the United States. Prior to becoming president, he was a wealthy business mogul and television celebrity. Trump, the son of a rich real estate developer, attended the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School before taking over his family's firm. In order to broaden his views, he entered national politics in the early 2000s and set his sights on the presidency. As a politician, he was dogged by charges of sexual misbehavior. Several contentious choices were made during his presidency, and he was impeached in the House of Representatives for abuse of authority and obstruction of Congress.
Down and up another.
Today I had a lot of meetings, as I always do. I'm doing 2 deals that I think will be terrific. It's a hectic lifestyle, but it's fun, it's creative.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Donald John Trump, but is also known as Donald Trump. He was born June 14, 1946 in New York, making him 74 at the time of this production. He stands 190 centimeters or 6 feet 3 inches tall. Summer Zervos, a former Apprentice contestant, sued Trump in New York State a few days before his inauguration as president, accusing him of defamation. Zervos, who's represented by Gloria Allred, was one of numerous women who accused Trump of sexual assault or misconduct before the election. He allegedly kissed her and pushed his genitals on her without her consent. Trump refuted the allegations, claiming that all of the women who had accused him had made up their tales. As a result, Zervos filed a defamation suit against him. I wanted to offer Mr. Trump the chance to repudiate his false remarks about me and the other women who came forward, she added, as my colleague Nora Kelly reported. She said that if Trump acknowledged she was telling the truth, she would drop the claim. That is improbable, given that the action was quickly dismissed by a spokesperson. It's uncommon for a president to be in such a legal predicament, although it's not totally unique. Paula Jones launched a sexual harassment complaint against Bill Clinton, which he settled. Zervos' claim, however, highlights an even more remarkable fact. Trump was elected despite a slew of allegations of sexual harassment and assault brought by women throughout the country. During the 2016 presidential campaign, there was a lengthy series of articles regarding Trump, both major and minor, ranging from questionable business practices to claims of sexual assault. While they did not derail Trump's presidential ambitions, many of them remain hot topics as he makes his transition to the White House. Trump's problems are genuinely massive, spanning from claims of mafia links to shady business transactions, and from racial discrimination to alleged marital rape. They span nearly 4 decades, from the mid-1970s to the present. To chronicle the entire range of claims would take thousands of paragraphs and would mix the banal with the genuinely shocking, including commercial transactions that have just failed with no suggestion of wrongdoing would require hundreds more. In 1973, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against Trump and his father, Fred, for housing discrimination in 39 different locations around New York. According to the New York Times, the government said that Trump management refused to rent or negotiate leases because of race and color. It also claimed that the firm demanded different rental terms and conditions based on race, and that it misled blacks by claiming that flats were unavailable. Trump slammed the allegations as totally absurd. Trump married his first wife, Ivana Trump, a New York fashion model who had been an alternate for the Czech Olympic ski team in 1972 and 1977. She was appointed vice president in charge of design at the Trump Organization and was instrumental in overseeing the refurbishment of the Commodore and the Plaza Hotel. Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka, and Eric were the couple's 3 children. They divorced in a widely publicized divorce which was completed in 1992. Trump married his second wife, Marla Maples, an actress with whom he'd been associated for some time and with whom he already had a daughter, Tiffany Trump, in 1993. Trump filed for divorce from Maples in 1997, which became official in June 1999. Maples received $2 million as part of a prenuptial agreement. Trump is presently married to Melania Trump, a former Slovenian model who's more than 23 years younger than him. The pair married in a spectacular and well-publicized ceremony in January 2005. Hillary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton were among the numerous famous guests at the wedding.
Donald Trump hits the phones.
The other guy's gonna have a fit if you tell him that. Don't even mention it to him. Just get the goddamn thing signed, okay? This guy's an idiot.
Donald John Trump was born in Queens, New York on June 14, 1946. He was a boisterous, aggressive youngster. The Trump's fortunes grew during the post-war real estate boom of the 1950s. Trump's mother reared him as a Presbyterian, and he identifies as a mainstream Protestant. Trump's parents sent him to the New York Military Academy when he was 13, believing that the school's discipline would channel his energy in a constructive way. He excelled both socially and intellectually at the academy, growing to become a great athlete and student leader by the time he graduated in 1964. In 1964, Trump enrolled at Fordham University. 2 years later, he went to the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Finance, where he earned a bachelor's degree in economics in 1968. Donald Trump's participation in the real estate sector is one of his most well-known accomplishments. While still in college, he began working in real estate. He worked in his father's company, Elizabeth Trump & Son, with his father. This firm specialized in real estate in New York. Donald Trump's first real estate investments in the 1970s and 1980s were profitable. In the late 1970s, he even took over the family firm and renamed it the Trump Organization. At the time, he was well known for purchasing hotels. The Plaza Hotel and the Barbizon Hotel were two of the hotels around at the time. He had enough money to finally open the Taj Mahal Casino, a project that he'd been working on for years. During the 1990s, the proceeds from his casino helped him support a variety of other purchases, including the Miss Universe organization. The decade of the 2000s remained fruitful for his real estate profession. The renowned Trump Tower, his home, was built in 2001. Donald Trump has worked in television and cinema as both an actor and a producer. He started acting in the early 1980s. He was already well known for his business activities at this point. This was one of the reasons he became interested in television and cinema in the first place. He made his acting debut on The Jeffersons in 1981, playing himself in an episode. A few years later, he portrayed himself again on this show. Donald Trump continued to appear in cameo parts in films and television series throughout the 1990s. He continued to play himself in all of these films and shows. Donald Trump has shown an interest in becoming a politician since the early 2010s. He considered running for governor of New York, but he ultimately set his sights higher, wanting to become president of the United States. He initially declared his presidential campaign in 2015. Even though his views were divisive, he won the election despite receiving less than half of the public vote. On June 20th, 2017, he formally entered office.
Limo to one of his latest luxury condominium projects.
I've made so many deals in New York, and I own so much property in New York that every street I go on, it seems that I own something.
Trump's annual income varies from $300 to $400 million. Trump's net worth is $3.5 billion. Donald Trump bought a Georgian-style mansion in Bedford, New York for $7.5 million in 1995. Trump resides in Trump Tower, what could be one of the most luxurious apartments in the world. Donald Trump owns several cars: a Rolls-Royce, and a Mercedes SLR.